How's it going? Today I want to talk to you about this commercial dehumidifier. Now by commercial, it means it's heavy duty, and it is heavy. Luckily it comes with these two really nice handles, but this unit is pretty much a load to carry around by yourself. Now there's a couple ways you can use this. You can have it straight on the ground like I do in my garage, and this is where the air is going to come in. So you want to have this pointed towards the front of the room. The thing is, the keypad, like the digital keypad, is on the opposite side. So ideally I would have it turned this way, but my keypad would be facing the garage door, which I don't necessarily want. However, it does come with this external keypad. Now this has a really long cable, so you could actually have this in a separate room and just fish this line through and then be able to have your keypad in a separate room. Now, I've also seen some people have these mounted inside their attic. You do have to buy your own mounts and make sure it's sturdy enough to handle the weight, but that's another option as well. It does have a cleanable filter. This is a piece of metal that has magnetic properties right here that keeps it connected. Now, whenever I got it right out of the box, I could not open this with my hands. I had to put a prying tool on here to actually get it loose for the first time, but you just pull it out at an angle, and then it has these little standoffs that go into the holes to put it back. So you would just take this off. This is a washable filter, which is really nice. You don't have to buy anything new for that. Now when you're running this, before you even start turning it on, you want to let it sit for 24 hours on a flat surface. That's very important to let all the elements inside settle where it needs to be. And then when you fire it up, it is loud. Now, if you have this in, say, the living room, you're going to be able to hear it run. So it may make sense to have it in another part of the house where you don't want that noise to be so much of an issue, because it's just sucking all the air in and it's taking out the water. What I mean by taking out the water, it has this hose line on the other side. You typically want it to run at a slight downhill. You could also put it in a container, like a cooler. You could set up some type of thing if you don't have an outdoor place to put it. Like for the garage, I would need to cut a hole through the garage to the house to let the drain go out, or I could just have it stand up and then I could have it go into like a bucket or something like that and just take the bucket out every so often. It also has a drain feature where it has this yellow cap. You would take the yellow cap off and then actually run the draining cycle, and that's going to expel the water much faster. The small water line is going to be for like continual use, but then if you want to run an actual drain sequence, you're going to want to use the larger pipe and take off that yellow cap and drain it that way. This has many features to it. It also has timer settings. The timer settings go by 1 hour increments, so you can set it up for 0 timer, meaning it's going to go continuous and it just won't turn off, or you can do 1 to 24 hours at a time, however you want. So it might make sense to run it at night, because if you can deal with the ambient noise or you just don't want to hear it during the day, then you can set it to only run for say 8 hours at night. The specs on this unit, if it's 95 degrees and you have the 90% RH, it's going to be about 75 liters, 74.8 to be exact. At 86 degrees, it's going to be 58 liters. And then at 80 degrees, it's going to be about 35. And at 65, it's going to be about 23 liters. So depending on the climate, depending on where this thing is located and how often it runs, you're going to be able to suck quite a bit of water and moisture out of the air.